stand, we can stand, we can stand, we can stand, we can stand the place of time. No, I look beyond what's mine. Sacred laws, long for them and way beyond the dark. Light so blinding inside the art, the beats of vision of you. Choked back the tears and known sacred laws, and only slipping through the hang on the wind, with the brain with the tip of the soul and the life of the grown, the throne, the rocks against the time again. Love us, only for the hurt she burns in my mind in tears, with the truth, the knife, and find again tomorrow. Can be. We can stand. We can stand the place of time. No, I look beyond what's mine. Sacred loss, long for them and way beyond the dark. Light so blinding inside the art, the beats of the vision of you. The chokes, the back, the tears, and known sacred laws, and only slipping through the hang on the wind, with the brain, with the tip of the soul, and the life of the grown, the throne, the rocks against the time again. Love us, only for the hurt she burns in my mind in tears, with the truth, the knife, and find again tomorrow. Can be sacred but not lost and known, for the emptiness besides the poem. Will leave you sacraments. Sun broke through the overcast sky, gentle breezing across the thoughts. Radio play for song, clear the music to my mind, relaxing time no longer ago. The small cries, smiles held hands in the magic, still heard. The sound of the bone rang through the night air like the night music. The horns kicked in to start to walk. Love is holding hands from out notes, and the throes of passion to feel the air, the crystal cuts, the sound of the voices, the fall wind and turn the open leaf. The clouds grew dark, wind sends a chill across the bones. The sun creeps out to play a while for the musical sports pianos. Mind is scared, running for the shelter, nowhere to be found. Eyes closed, hands rough, the arms are lies, but we will meet the breath and the lies in your eyes, the language of the bullshit. You can never trust, but you stab deep. Yeah, only for the doing well, for the blue in your breath. Lying, sacred loss, and no for the way too blind to hear the dark, but the light is so blinding in the heart, and I can be the vision of you in the dark and chokes and back the tears and secret, sacred, lost, slipping, hanging on, wind. It's only the emptiness in the water. In the universe, and you can find my daughter inside of the blinding of my eyes. My tears can't throw back against the rocks like oceans. Love burns in my mind. Truly, I found peace through adversity. And this could be a light or the man broken through. Too many breaks through the heart and break beats that never fall apart. They're strong, held up at ransom. You arrived during the same time for discussion, held at the spot. You have to establish yourself for the communication. We can be everlasting. We will not just try. Incredible eyes for the erotic ways of fuck like we only had a reason to feel connected with the philosophies and mindsets and the physical and emotions for the journey. Later for the complete disaster, oh, the on the eye could be the one to pull the good ride for the overall experience. And here's looking forward to the
This we stand, tired, suffering the endless drabble of the weak minds and phony tough make me laugh and enraged in time as well. Interesting observation, never in the same place at the same time. You could ever believe that? Maybe there's many things but to hold the heart for the freedom of the glory that's never to be chased by those. Neither doesn't have to chase by those who provoke mock or vanity. Submit to love and sincere to life. Live that bear for you tragedy. How individuals raised and how they live could be glorious and destructive, but the battle sometimes is with oneself and the thinking that they know it all for refusing the falling over the angel of his cut. You live into the identity crisis and through the self-center, pursue a perpetuating impossible ideas of the perfections with the purposes and the controlling you when the ego is full of itself and ego creates its own image. What does it all mean? Business from within an expedition for the mind and does its time and the meaning of the society got seen and the machine and the potential goal and about to control and the universal and spiritual. This can all be more than uplifting, thought-provoking. Not that I'm a pro at it, but moth, move towards the light, loving myself for the poem, messed up to the poetry, and I'm a masterpiece, and the earth is the canvas and the universal. Creativity in one size fits all, no limits and infinity, imagination close for the immortal temptation in the sugar, and dipped inside a decadent drops of the immunity and masterpiece. Revolver. Flavored like the weather, and visions of savior, and in my own party with the plate of and dialect and voices, and only wet to platter and insulting an atmosphere like gravity and give emotion. Speech is stoked by cerebral conception and untamed, consciousness and contraction. Christ is the silence of the thought of the satisfaction of the new the creation. You are everything. You can speak easy. We are together as one. You are personification, you are higher power, you are. To you, what is faith? Curtains drawn over the eyes and ears closed wide, you're not listening. Not being crossed the sword, not trying to boss the board, and care for you that's beyond approach. No doubt for the you should know I'm afraid for I'm allowed to go for the clothing underground. Ignore it like gum in your shoes. Walking down the street where you think of a burden, dragging the killers. Vast your thought for the cast and orphanage and the dreams. You could be heavily to the man to the moth. Everything that would contain is sitting on the state line for the gas station with the grubby hands manning. Missing everything but the light, not folding with the sunglasses and the rearview mirror with his hands. Match the bloods with the pool for the hood, practice smile for the sun glance and the foul darling. You're going in question, your eye dark for them. Boy with the lonely robe. Up the thigh, but zipped over the purse with the muscles and torn windshield with the cleaning, burning it real. Tear high, believe it, but what was to her in charge? Never again. I know better. What does that really mean? For you to know is only to know. For you to know is only the possibility of you and a love poem. Being miscellaneous enough to previously covering up both sides of the love section. Now focus on the dark side of the heartbreak for the hurt caused by happy love. Finding a home in unbeat category reserved for you to be pain afflicted for. Which all begs the question is, what is it? When I gaze into the eyes, I define skies and fall deep into the blue, beyond, so the eyes are warm, so over the portal of another dimension. She's an angel. So am I, a reflection, to see the broken wings for how they struggle to hold me. These shadow battered things that once ago set me free, but I'll still catch my love for the way I'll always be. Files in my heart are clearly marked for the buried treasures and precipice. Love is the pleasure and pain with the textures and radical gesture for the controls and captures and explanation and desire for loose translation for the language your love feels. Fiending. Can't get any more intense than silence for the treatment and for the ultimate offense, and you can't hear me. Mine is made up, a relationship has been broken. Starlight eyes for the God, and Lord knows I miss. Drunken nights of my own took the rivers for granted, but everything is surrounded now. Wow. Why must I break the peace when it comes to relations? When the particular situation room when I care for, now the ex and I owe the one that I care. Peeling oils from the vintage wine, strove off into the clarinet. Edge of the daydream slumbering artist, and just better with this way for the posing naked for the camera, only continue a broken trend. How my makeup was torn down, for the I cannot stop obviously pattern for the runs in the genes of the father for the grandma, I from the ancestors. Sold my heart so violently. Viciously did I yearn to the return to the favor, but couldn't sleep with only the dim light. Every night but the dim to you. Sleep behind the pale eyes, lids closed and soft and divided into the power compose. Cutting it close and you to head to head. Give me some of that head, then I can take it for credit. It's the emptiness. Maybe it was forbidden. Maybe it was broken and a good friend over the pounding for the mind and losing, inconsolable for the average voyage and flowers and the rocks to the lust, and now this is the soulmate to the trust, and somewhere for the support to run and hide, and always there for the hold to be there by your side, but no jurisdiction I have. Discernment for the right, for the ran, for the breath, for the wishing, the godspeed, for the fair, for the win and the sale. My love for you will never change to be pulled apart, for the I accept the destiny for the fair of my heart. Our souls still intertwined a star-crossed lover, our happiness is the paramount for the afar. That moment, before I fell in love, it was the ippiness, commenting, everything, not know what I'm really feeling for the purpose in life. In emotions, nothing. I met a green sacred becomes serious in this natural realm for the Isis, and the third eye, I guess, nothing not for the intuitive thought. But it's simple. I just want to be happy, not to be confused with the others to make for the rise for the unconfusing and the unclear one mind, something to be described as philosophy. With some kind of religion, a step to happiness and wake up and not do something, but without words, and I'm absolutely sure it's become too much and now literally to be understated, to be understood. I'm tired of all the panic and tired of all the empty and pretending and only kissing again for the tired bones never restless. Switch and I changed the exit then too. Felt the hand crumbling to side to dance and long the weed to rise inside the furnace and fireplace changing the side of even blackness and spreading all over Venus and completely consuming the end of the world and not feeling nothing yet. Heart but the lost child, alone, and the tortured soul forsaken to stop. We can stand the place of time. No, I look beyond what's mine. Sacred lost, alone for them way behind beyond the dark. Light so blinding inside the art, the beats of envision of you. The choked back the tears and known the sacred loss alone, the slipping through the hang on the wind, but the frame, but the tip of the soul and the light for the groan, the throne, the rocks against the time began. Love lust, only for the Hershey burns in my mind in tears, with the drew the knife and find again tomorrow can be sacred but not lost alone. For the emptiness besides the poem will leave you sacraments. Only a 5 and the sun broke through the overcast sky, gentle breezing across the thoughts. Radio play for the songs, clear to busy to my mind, relaxing time long, long ago with the smile cross. Smiles held hands and imagined a still heart. And the sound of the bone rang through the night air like the night music, and the horns kicked in and started to walk. The lovers holding hands and smiling lovers, and the throes of passion music filled the air, the crisp because the sound of the voice in the fall, running, trying to hope it would relief. But the clouds grew dark. Wind sends a chill across the bones. The sun creeps out to play a while for the musical scores, pianos. Minor keys scared, running for the shelter, nowhere to be found. Eyes closed, hands rubbed, for the arms are lies, but we meet we believe the breath and the lies in your eyes, the language of the bullshit, but you can never trust, but to stab deep. You're only for the doing well, for the only your breath. Lying, sacred loss alone, feeling the way too blind and hear the dark, for the light is so blinding in the earth, and I can be the vision of you in dark and chokes and back the tears and secret. Sacred, lost, slipping, hanging on, wind. It's only the emptiness in the water. In the universe, and you can find my daughter inside of the blinding of my eyes. My tears can't throw back against the rocks like oceans. Love burns in my mind. Truly, I found peace through adversity. And this could be a light or the man broken through. Too many breaks to the heart and break beats that never fall apart. They're strong, held up at ransom. You arrived at the same time for discussion, held at the spot. You have to establish yourself, for the communication is only therapy. We can be everlasting. if we will not just try. These incredible eyes for the erotic ways of the fuck, like we only had a reason for the community connected with the philosophies and mindsets and the physical and emotions for the journey, the later for the complete disaster. Oh, the only I could be the one for the good ride for the overall experience. And here's looking forward to the captivation.
woman that needs a man like a fish needs a bicycle or vice grip, and to love someone to leave him. There's still love to be lived now that you have gone. The way that you make yourself try to the very bone. Everything you choose to be today, forgive yourself, because you are humanly flawed, and most of the world you give love, and I don't want to hold on. These are the memories you choose every day, self-worthy. Taste of your work, and nothing is in this and poetry. Melancholy for the 12th chord and heart to own. Breathe again. Just breathe again. Just breathe again. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe again. You may, my home, everything in life and happens according to our time, our clock. You may look at you seem to be ahead of yours, but not according to the communication for the quality behind is not yours. Truth about yours. Shopping, confidence, love, strength, health, and patience, independence, and creativity, knowledge, and open mind. Self-love to the time to pull yourself to God to bed together. Over the weather, no matter the weather or not, you can find yourself in very, really, high, low, comparison, understanding of the alternative is only for the literature, emotion is only sing songs. Why I am so blind to my love and I can't find out. I'm off to my horse and what's in store for the future. Only the light, holding the second of emotion. Who's only lesson learning, lost thought, only right thing from wrong. Nobody knows God directs me. Nobody wants to go to that destination. This is the place where you can find honey, sleeping, meditation, and second emotion is this. Fifth thing, pleading at that. Pleading, I'm glad that I know it. Writing everybody in your journals, and one of your diaries, and composition to find your love notes and tastes of your creativity and artist and perspective. You can find yourself nimble. Find a little breast like areolas in the fire. Simple in the ceremony to how I be so blind to you. You not understand that you can't find my love when you tucked inside of the dirt. Buried alive, only one place to look up towards the depths inside myself. These are the places and under the dimensions and in the quote, here's nothing rolling down. Drop, put another dance. I wish I can catch them all. Thoughts dancing inside of my head. There's more rhythm that we can move to the vibration, sounds, creations, emotions, final, symphony. Serenade. Even the darkness in the seconds when the light has a distant memory. Heartbroken, still, bloody, painful. Show me your soul. Show me yours, and you are good enough. You are good enough. Though it was meant to be, everything happened only with adversity, with moving through you. I am human too. I have had the same as you. Different symmetry and different philosophy, maybe I integrity can be aligned as a universal order.